everyone, and welcome to Room 120 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our classroom this week. This is our digital video newsletter, so I send this out every single week on Sunday, and then all this information is also provided to you in the print version called Todd Times. So this will all be linked in the email or the dojo message that you accessed this link from, and so if you missed something in the video, you can always go back and find it printed in the Todd Times. If you need a printed version, like literally me to print it for you in your child's folder, please let me know and I would be glad to do that. Just a reminder, there is no school tomorrow in observance of Labor Day, so enjoy this nice, beautiful, long 3-day weekend. Also a reminder to please be sure that you leave your child's homework contract in their folder all week. So I check folders every morning as your child is coming into our classroom. So please make sure that you're signing that nightly and then leaving it in your child's folder all week. I will take it out on the previous Monday and replace it with a new one. So just please be sure you're diligent in leaving it in there and then signing every night. If you're willing to donate snacks to our classroom, we would be greatly appreciated for students that forget their snacks. So if you're interested in doing that, I would love to partner with you in that way, and you don't have to let me know anything. Just go ahead and send those snacks in if you're willing to donate. On Tuesday, your child will be getting a packet from Foundations called the Home Support Packet. The cover is a letter, and then there are multiple activities that you can do with your child to support their learning in Foundations, which is our phonics program. So please feel free to do those activities at your leisure. It's not a required homework assignment, but it definitely would benefit your child in the long run if you practiced at home. Also starting this week is our reading fluency homework. Your child will get one story to read all week. There are directions on the fluency homework paper, so you may review those to know the exact directions, but in a nutshell, it's a story. You will time your student for 1 minute to see how many words they're able to read, and then record the number of words that they read in the chart at the top of the paper. Super straightforward, super simple, and doesn't take a lot of time, but really will have a big impact on your child's ability to read more fluently by the end of the year. And then finally, please be sure that you have your notifications turned on for Class Dojo. I'm posting to our class story and sending messages a lot in that lately, and I'll be doing a lot of that this year, and I just don't want you to miss out on anything. So please be sure that you have those notifications on so that you're getting push notifications to your phone so that you're most up to date with all of the information. Up next is Looking Ahead, where you're going to hear all of the things that are going to happen in the future of our school and in our classroom. On Monday, September the 9th, our Apex fundraiser will begin. There will be more information coming home in your child's folder with that, I would assume this week, so be on the lookout for that. Also mark your calendars for Monday, Monday, September the 16th. That is the Apex Fundraiser Obstacle Course Day. Parents will be invited to attend that, so be sure that it's on your calendar. As soon as I find out the time that we will be attending that event, I will let you know so that you may plan accordingly. Also, make sure that you have September the 18th, I believe it's a Wednesday, on your calendars, as it is a really fun spirit day at Boom-A-Lattes in Mayfair. So if you haven't ever been to Boom-A-Lattes, they serve amazing homemade ice cream with some really unique flavors. My personal favorite is the cinnamon caramel oatmeal cookie, and it is so, so good, but they have so many great flavors. They are hosting a fundraiser night for us where a portion of all sales is going to come back to our school. So please be sure that you maybe treat your child to a fun little treat for making it through almost the whole first month of second grade on September the 18th. And then finally, the next day, on September the 19th, there are two big things happening in our school. First, during the day is Fall Picture Day, so please be sure that your child is coming to school prepared for that. And then finally, that night from 6 till 7:30, we're having our first event of the year, and it's a curriculum night, so we're excited to invite you to come to our school to learn all about all the curriculums that we use to make sure that your child is getting an A+ education. Up next is Curriculum Corner, where you will hear all about all the standards and activities that your child is going to do in the classroom this week. In Eureka Math, we're continuing in Unit 1 that we started this past week. The focus this week will be on measuring using metric units. So students will be learning about how to use centimeters and meters to measure various objects around our classroom. In Foundations, we're continuing to learn about digraphs. Students are learning that digraphs are two letters that work together to make one sound. And so students will be reading and writing and marking those words this week. So please just be sure that you're using those at-home resources to make sure that your child is getting a little bit of extra practice at home with digraphs. And then finally, in reading, we're using our Wit and Wisdom curriculum, and the first module of Wit and Wisdom is all about change. And so the focus is how does change and weather impact people and nature. And so this week we'll be reading a book called How Do You Know It's Fall? And we'll be focusing on how does weather and changes in weather impact animals and how do they react to that. So it should be a super fun week in reading. And all the other subject areas, we're continuing to go over expectations for our school and our classroom. So students are going through the STORM matrix that will be placed in the back of their folder when we are finished with that. We're also going over the student handbook a little bit at a time every day. So that also will be coming home with your child this week. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Room 120 News. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 120 News.